Okay, so tell me about hooker. I don't know. How do you even get them? And also, was this a hooker trip? Or is it like a trip with hookers?
It was kind of both. Like, you want to go down there, like, yeah, we're going to get laid. But it was also just to hang with my friends. Like, that was the fun part of it, was hanging with those guys. And me and Keith were going to fucking to the pharmacy and buying 100 milligram Viagras every night and just doing 100 milligram Viagras. And then just like you fucking 3 and 4 girls, you're not coming. You have a headache. Your face is flushed.
Yeah, you get the pounding right here.
Oh, like, yeah. The blue streaks.
Yeah. And, just like, what is this?
But it was fun just to go out to eat with those guys. And you had to be careful because it was kind of dangerous. Like, there's one night we were coming back, and it's one of the 3 trips. We were staying at the Rio Othon Palace for the first 2 trips, and right next to it, across the street, was a club named Help, and that was where like a lot of working girls hung out, but it was just like a dance club, and it was maybe a 35 or 40-second walk.
Yeah. But
between that and the 1 block you had to walk, it's Rio at night, and it was actually like nerve-wracking to walk that 1 block. Like, you got to be really careful down there because there's a lot of little kids trying to ask for money, and you got to watch it with jewelry. But they're being watched by older kids. So, like, if you're a dick to one of them, like this one little kid.
Well, if you take your wallet out, I bet they'd be like,
"Oh, you got to be very careful." Yeah, but you don't carry your phone. You don't carry a good watch. I had like a fucking cheap watch on. Like, you don't wear good stuff down there. And there was this one little kid. What was his name? Arjun. I forget his name, but Patrice took a liking to him, and he would always give him money. The kid would come around to this little cafe we would eat at every day, which was between the dance club and the hotel. And so Patrice kind of looked out for him. He felt bad for this kid. He was poor. We would give him money, you know. And then Patrice saw him giving an older kid the money, and Patrice goes, "Oh, this fucking guy is just working me to get money for this older kid or the older kids." So the next time he comes, Patrice is like, "No, I'm not giving you." And he points at the guy. He's like, "I'm not giving that guy." So the guy confronted us outside the club one night. It was really bizarre, and he was speaking Portuguese, and he wanted to shake our hands, and he spit in his hand and tried to shake Patrice's hand. And Patrice is like, "No, fuck that. I'm not shaking your hand." And the guy started to call people over, but there was a security guy outside who was like a guy from Rio who I think knew the lay of the land, and he made sure that we got back across the street to the hotel. But it was one of those weird moments where you're like, yeah, things could go really bad here, even in this small space that we have to go. I'll never forget him spitting in his hand.
What was that? It's not like to demean you, or was that like a brotherhood thing?
No, it wasn't a good thing. It was like he was just saying fuck you to Patrice. He didn't like him. Because Patrice called out people who spoke English and Portuguese. You know how he was. He didn't give a shit.
He was a cunt to everybody.
He really was.
He really did not.
But he was kind of right about this guy because he was such a he was like a big, you know, like a really, like, for small animals and kids, like he was a sucker for shit like that. So him giving money to this kid, he felt really bad for this kid, and he really liked this kid and was like so sad for his, like, the kid was in poverty.
It is disgusting there when you see some kid, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, and
feel like I never had to deal with that.
I never had to deal with that, and I felt I didn't even really want to fuck that much. Like, I'm a fall in love guy. Like, and this, me and Keith had
with hookers.
Anybody. Yeah, hooker. I always love hookers. Like, I never wanted to treat hookers badly. Like, I never treat them like abuse. Like, I'm the fall in love idiot.
I'm a punch and run.
Are you really?
Yeah, punch once and leave. Don't even fuck.
Yeah, man. I like to exchange information. I only wanted a girl who spoke English, and I did. Oh, the one girl, Fabiana.
You remember their names?
Oh, yeah. Fabiana was her name. It was one of the trips, and I wound up spending the whole week with her, and I didn't fuck her because I'm such a pervert. For me, it's sex and love are separate. So
once you liked her?
Yeah, I just kind of fell in love with her, and I was hoping to move her back to the States. Like, I was an idiot. And she's probably like,
was she fleecing you?
No, she didn't. I mean, she would have fucked me. I mean, it wasn't like she wouldn't have, but she was just kind of following my lead.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of sex where I wasn't in the mood to have sex, but I thought you're supposed to have sex, so you do it. But then we would go to the brothels at night. It's called a Termus, I think. The Monte Carlo is the big one. I just found a picture of me, Jason, I think Patrice outside the Monte Carlo, and that's where you would go.
You got to send me that picture.
Yeah, I might have it. I have a picture. I put it in my book. It was in the. Patrice did bring a big a big bag of glass dildos.
Okay, hold on. We gotta get to this, but I want to know, like, I want to go immediately to it, or I want to be like, how much are these hookers? Can we just talk about pricing and stuff and how it works? You walk in, like, what is it? What's the
You're
situation?
right. I forget that. I hear you'd walk in.
This is like when you talk to porn stars and like, my long distance squirt record was this. And you're like, hey, you're so far past.
Yeah.
People.
We got. You're correct. You walk in, and it's been many years. But you walk in, and you could pay with a credit card. There's no money exchanged in the actual brothel. Like, this is how all the girls are 18. You know what I mean? All the girls. It's like an establishment that they work in. The local cops go there. Like, and you leave a credit card, and they give you like a bracelet. It's like a spa, where there's a downstairs locker room. A locker room to put your stuff. The second floor was like a dance club where you could buy drinks, and they would, they would swipe your number or whatever. No
so
money.
You don't have to have. Why don't you have your credit card on you?
It's all in the locker. I think it's for safety. It's for the safety. It's to make. I think it's for the brothel owners to make sure that everything's getting paid for, and it's also, I think, just to keep it all cleaner. They charge a credit card at the end.
Are you in regular clothes, or are you in a robe or something?
Oh, you change in the locker room into a robe. They give you a robe. It's like a spa, a robe and slippers, and you go up to this dance club.
That's nice. Do you get to keep the slippers?
You didn't. You might have been able to if you asked, but I got rid of them fast. And that's not a floor that you want to bring back with you. And it's you don't want to pick up your gum off that floor.
Going to Sal's house. Where's this been? Like, you don't want to know.
Yeah. So you change into, and you go up to the second floor, which is the dance club. They're playing dance music, and there's the beautiful girls. They all work at the club, and you can hang out and talk to them. And we would hang out and talk, and they would come up like a strip club almost, or you could just hang out and talk to your friends and drink a Diet Coke. I think there was no liquor.
Are they bugging you like a strip club? Where they're constantly coming up?
No, but there was plenty of them, and after a few trips, you start to recognize them and go, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck her tomorrow if I can."
Wow.
And it was, and then you'd go up to the third floor and have sex, and they would just take the band number and write it down, and that's how you got charged at the end. No cash exchanged, unless you paid cash at the very end. And by the way, I did come back from the States, and I found out that on my credit card, I got charged $1,500 in Brazilian lumber. So I guess that they abused the credit card.
Oh, really?
Is that it right there? Is that I don't remember.
It looks like it.
If that's the inside of the Termas Monte Carlo, yeah, I guess that's it. It's been over 20 years since I've been in there. But yeah, you would just sit there and you would talk at the bar. I thought you'd sit at the chairs and the girls would dance.
So the girls would just come up like here and just like talk
and
to you?
Sit there. I have a vague memory of it.
Yeah.
On the inside.
No pictures. This is before cell phones, pictures, cameras.
Yeah,
right?
This was 2003 and 4. Patrice went back with Vaughn many times. He went like 10 times with his group. He loved it.
Vaughn.
Oh yeah, they would have like threesomes down there and pick up girls together and hang out. Like Patrice loved it down there. But
I mean, you just see the moment on my face when some female is elevated. And that's just Vaughn. It was just like, whatever that look was more respect for Vaughn.
100%. Yeah, she was she was a trooper.
Wow.
And I remember one of my favorite memories is me and Patrice are standing up in the up in that area right there. And I had a raging fucking Viagra rod, and it was tenting in my robe, and we're sitting there drinking Diet Cokes, and we both looked down at the front of my robe, and you could just see my fucking tent, and we both just started laughing, like the ridiculousness of the moment hit us. Like, oh my god, look where we are, what we're doing. We're in fucking robes. We have slippers on,
drinking Diet Cokes,
and we just looked at my rod bump. And just had a grand old time laughing. But there was some fun memories there, man.
How much were the chicks?
I don't remember. It was probably $100. I have no memory of that. It's been so many years.
Okay.
And I did fuck twice without a condom in that brothel.
Wow.
Yeah. Girl goes, you special.
You got to believe them.
I do to this day believe I was special. Why not? She wanted a rapidly blinking nobody from New York in a 9/11 t-shirt.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's You Be Trippin'.